Hello everybody, this is a review on the Extreme Cold Weather Tent, or ECWT, by the U.S. military. It is a 4-season, 4-soldier tent. It's got 64 square feet of foot space and 30 more feet extra with the vestibule. It's got 54-inch interior height, and it's got 70-75 T9 aluminum poles, which measure out at 0.355 inches. The tent alone is 21.5 or 21.5 pounds, and it does come in a transport cube or a compression sack, which apparently can be compressed down to 1.6 cubic feet. It's got black coated rain flies. There's 2 of them. There's one in that Arctic white, and then there's another one in woodland. I'm going to show you the tent with the rain fly, obviously right there. It's up right now, and then also I'll kind of give you a glimpse at the woodland camo rain fly. It's freestanding. It's set up in the living room here. It's kind of a mess. I apologize. I'm actually in the middle of moving. It is military surplus. I got it off of eBay. I couldn't find it anywhere else online. I searched everywhere. I looked in forums. Finally, I ended up getting one. It's made by Eureka. The government had a contract with Eureka, but previous to that it was North Face, and it's the same design. I believe they made some different revisions, but this is the Eureka. The rainfly, or the tent, repels 2 inches of water per hour with 20-mile-an-hour winds. It can take 4 pounds per square foot of a snow load, and 50-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up to 65. Though I've heard from, I believe it was North Face or Eureka, it can actually do like 100-mile-an-hour winds. It probably depends on where it's set up. But as you can see, this thing is huge. I could barely fit this in the living room. It was very, very tight, very sturdy setup. The eyelets, I didn't even utilize, I didn't even put it on the tightest setting. On the website it says this can be erected with 2 men in 5 minutes. And it's way longer if you're just one guy. I tried going at this. I'll show you the rain fly first here. It's blacked out, so it's very dark in that tent, as you can see. Ooh, I should have turned up my exposure. Hopefully we can even see stuff in there. There are a couple bags. This is the compression sack for it. Really not much to it. It's so hard to see. The lighting is terrible, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this rain fly, and then I will continue it where there'll be better lighting. As far as the rain fly goes, there is a side door here. If you go around the other side, see, I didn't stake this down, obviously, so it's just kind of draped over top right now. But yeah, there's 2 side doors for escaping, I'm assuming. I think that's what I had read. There's 2 on each side, and then obviously the front. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I think there may be vestibule space in these areas right here, so you can access it from the inside. I'm not sure. I'll have to set it up outside. I couldn't find any reviews online on this tent, but the cool thing is I will be field testing this, and I will set it up outside. There'll be some better lighting, and I can actually do a more extensive review. There just wasn't anything uploaded on YouTube, or actually videos at all, that I could find on this tent. So I wanted to do a brief, at least a look over of the tent and what all you get with it. But I am going to break this down, and I'll continue in a second. Before I continue the breakdown here, I was going to point out some stuff. Now, there's 2 rain flies. You can pack whichever one you want, or you don't have to bring one at all, if you were to utilize the tent. But I noticed on the white rain fly, it's kind of damaged right where the poles were at. I mean, it looks like this one was clearly used a lot. I don't know if all the surplus tents are going to end up coming to you like this. I don't know if you could purchase rain flies, and I think I've seen them around, more so than even the tents. But yeah, it's kind of wore out. I took a look at the woodland. Let's see if I get some better light here. This is in really good shape. It's practically new. I mean, I didn't pull this all the way out, but I pulled it about halfway out of this bag, and I'm checking it out, and you don't see anything anywhere like this. I don't know how a guy could fix this. If you could just take a piece of fabric, kind of ring it over the top, and then stitch it from one side of the fabric to the other side, and just kind of bind it together in like a, you know. The rainfly only takes 3 pulls, which is a good deal. The pulls are in pretty good shape, you know, for surplus. At least, you know, the one I got. The pulls are made by Easton. I don't know if you can see Easton point. I don't even know. I can't even read that. I'll have to look at them. 70, 75, something like that. But there's 3 of them. Just for the rainfly. The actual tent itself, obviously, takes same thing as a rainfly, just 3 over the top, and then there are an additional 3 on the sides. This tent, when it started off being produced by North Face, it was modeled after the North Star tent, which is just, you know, a civilian tent. I think they made this one a little more rugged though. But I will hop in the tent here and see if I can see anything. I'm gonna grab the flashlight real quick. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, you got, you know, you got your screen, which is in good shape, and your actual cover here. As you can see, I know this is the Eureka version. Woodland camo. Do walk around. You got all these places to stake it down. These are those escape doors I was talking about. There is no ventilation on this at all. I could have swore the North Face one had it, but these don't. So I was actually kind of hoping there'd be at least a little one. Right here is a spot for a stove, which is kind of a cool feature, but, you know, wondering, I think the military stoves that come with exhaust hoses, which you could either run out of those holes or out the front or whatever. I'm fabricating an ammo can stove right now. I got a couple sleeping bags in here right now, the extreme cold weather military ones, so just for size, you know, I got 2 of them there. I guess that's the outside wall. Geez, I really wish I had better lighting in here. But there's 2, and then there's just a little bit of space over here. As far as storage goes, you got 3 little sections like this, just kind of a netting, like so. And then the other one's over here, and then the last one's over here. And you got, you know, your 2 escape things, which these cinch together. It's kind of some pull strings. Yeah, you kind of just pull these together, and they'll close up all the way. Up here you got clips, which I'm assuming is for a gear loft. Now mine didn't come with one. I'm actually gonna have to look into that and see if I can order one or what. But as far as being in the tent, very comfortable for 2 people. 3 people, no problem. If you're gonna run a stove, you know, maybe 2 and a child, or like 3 smaller people. I guess I'm 6 foot tall, 6'4", so need a little bit of space as far as length goes. Okay. Now, as far as the other stuff, like I said, that there is bags for everything. This was the repair kit that came with the tent. Just dump it all out here. This is for if you break a pole, you just kind of bind it in there. You know, it holds it in place. Emergency situations. These are the stakes you get. basic round aluminum. Some little tie-offs on there. You get a couple of these. Well, at least my repair kit does. Had them. You know, the bungee that goes inside of the tent poles. You got some sewing materials. You got a thimble, needle, buckles and such. Because I believe the rainfly, like either buckles or clips onto all that stuff. And then I got like 4 packs of this seam grip for seam repair. Some extra woodland material, which looks like it's the same as what's on the tent. I don't know if I'd really applied the rainfly, but I'm sure you could make it work. And right here, which looks, this is rainfly material, looks like. It's a little bit heavier. One thing that I don't know, yes, I did point it out earlier, but yes, the insides of these rainflies are blacked out. So for military use, if you were, you know, set up or whatever, an enemy was looking around, they wouldn't see a glowing tent, you know. And I put this on with the Arctic winter white rainfly and went in there, and it was just pitch dark. I couldn't, you know, I just had the rainfly draped over top the tent, so there was still, you know, a good 6-12 inches of space to where light was coming in, but you know, it was just there wasn't a whole lot of light in there. It's pretty much blacked out, and I was like, you know, if this thing was staked down, it would be completely dark in there. But anyways, I apologize again for the setup, the lighting, all that stuff. I just figured I'd do a quick walkthrough, show you guys the new tent. I'm going to be throwing together that stove. I'm going to figure out a way of ventilation. I don't know if I'm going to come out the side or not, so be sure to subscribe if you want to check that out. I'm going to make it work with some sort of cutting and material. Also, I'm going to be field testing this. I'll be setting it up outside. It'll be better lit. I'll have my gear in there and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, and it's going to happen. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope it's been informative, you know, at least a little bit, because there hasn't been, I couldn't find a single video on these things, and I looked for a long time. So I will be doing a follow-up. See you guys later. Bye.